I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to my sponsor, P2 Collectibles, located at 204 East McGalley Road in Muncie and on eBay as well. So next time you're here in Muncie, let us know. Come give us a visit. Hey, what is up, y'all? This is Alex from Plus 3 TCG, and I'm coming at y'all with another deck profile. We're going to be looking at True Dracos today. Pretty fun deck, and I guess that's whatever your definition of fun is. I think it's fun because consistency. I think being able to do what your deck does very well, consistently, on a very regular basis, I think that's fun. And if your deck can do that, I'm probably going to think it's fun, and this deck does that very well. So without further explanation of why I'm playing the deck, let's just hop right into the profile. I'm choosing to play 3 Masterpiece. I feel like consistency, like I said, is the name of the game, and I feel like having 3 of these is alright because you're playing Diagram and being able to open them. While it's not great, it's just a Diagram target. I mean, I know Diagram isn't target, but it's Diagram fodder if you open up too many of them. But in my testing with Desires, too many times I banished 2 of them, and while you can still play and win in a slower game state, Masterpiece is just too important, I feel like, and playing 3 of them optimized my ability to A, open 1, and B, not banish 2 off of Desires and not have 1 to play with. So that's why I play 3 of this card, and I'll explain another reason why I play 3. And that means I only play 2 Majesty because we're only having Masterpiece as the target pretty much, and then we don't really want to summon Ignis, obviously, but these are great for going second as well. They just allow you to play on your opponent's turn and get your stuff. And 3 of arguably the MVP. I'm on the YUGIOH. It's just a Majesty's Fiend. I don't know. People are arguing that this could maybe see touches on the ban list. I don't think this is necessarily the problem. It just doesn't allow your opponent to hand trap yourself. I guess if they play Solemns and whatnot, that doesn't affect you too much if you don't play hand traps. I'm on the YUGIOH. It really doesn't affect you on your opponent's turn, I guess. I digress. I don't know. I still play 3 of it because it is arguably the MVP of the deck. It does so much for you in the fact that it negates everything that your opponent would be trying to stop. Primarily card of Demise. This card is amazing, and it just gets you a lot of advantage. Same with Pot of Duality. Playing 3 of these is important because we're trying to see the Trinity, which it would be either, all 3 would be ideal. All 3 of your draw cards, including Desires. That's why we play 3. To maximize out on these allows you, it gives you more chances to see the stuff that you need to be seeing, and playing 3 of each is just a smart choice in my opinion. Like I said, consistency is the name of the game, and if you're playing 3 of the best draw cards in the game, you are at a really good advantage. And the fact that you can play 3 Duality in this deck is just nuts. Play 3 Terraforming as well, so you can play 6 Diagram essentially. The deck is just very consistent, and that's why this deck is so fun to play. You can just go through your opponent's boards pretty consistently. Count how many times I said that in the video. 3 Heritage, once again, it's just not just a name card, it has a really good effect. Being able to draw cards for how many of your True Draco spell traps, monsters have left the field is very relevant. Being able to draw 2, not always 3, but primarily 2 is pretty easy. 1, obviously, very easy. And then Disciples, a very good mid to late game card because shuffling your resources back into the deck is relevant, and then drawing the card is good. We're playing 2 Cosmic Cyclones to clear the problematic back row, or if you're mainly like the mirror match, that's really good in the mirror match, pendulums, I guess. And that's the end of the spells. I don't play Stormforth. Well, I'm not saying it's a bad card by any means. I just feel like having more consistent options is better, and that's why I put this 3rd Masterpiece back in and put that down to none. I guess you could take out a Desires and put in a Stormforth there. I just feel like being able to consistently draw into those cards is very relevant because those cards get you into all of your engine, and right there in and of itself I feel like is a little better than being able to play on your opponent's turn, because if you banish it, it's just 1 card that could have been a 3rd something, so the consistency is there. That's why I don't play the Stormforth and play the Masterpiece at 3 and the Desires at 3 as well. Traps, the rest is fairly standard. True Draco Apocalypse is just that's a name, as well as having the effect of being able to clear the opponent's monster, and then I guess being able to play on your opponent's turn is good too. Just the last effect you're not really using all that much, or not the last, the last effect. Then 1 King's Return and 2 Erupt. You obviously play this because essentially a skill drain, and then you can only play 1 of these, so we only play 1. I feel like this doesn't really need a whole lot of explanation. It's at 1 for a reason. It's a great extender, allowing you to recycle it back onto the board. And last but not least, anti-spell, probably most utilized in this deck, or best utilized in this deck, because you can distribute it off whenever you need to get rid of it, and it stops pretty much everything in the meta. It stops ABCs, Pendulum for sure. There's just a lot of stuff that this card stops, and this deck plays it very well, so why not play it in there? That is the deck profile. 40 cards of consistent fun, very oppressive. I understand why people hate this deck, but it is very good at winning, and it is very good at doing what it does. Let me know what you think of the ratios I have in the comment section below. And this is Oxen Plus 3 TCG, signing out, y'all.